Documenting a life, your own or that of an elder in your family or community, is what personal history is all about.
There are many things that our loved ones leave with us, whether it be almanacs, photos, things of that nature, but the treasure of having someone's spoken word, someone's life legacy from their own words, that's priceless.
Our personal history is the foundation of our lives.
Everyone has a story, whether they're an immigrant, a veteran, a full-time parent or business owner, or someone facing a terminal illness. Everyone has a story, but unfortunately not everyone gets to tell their story, and that's such a tremendous loss.
The best time to start a personal history project is today.
The saddest comment I hear from people is, "We kept meaning to record my parents' histories and now it's too late."
My grandfather was my personal hero, and he passed away. I realized all those stories, all those things that I loved so much about him that he would share with me, they had gone. They were left in my memory, but memory fades. I knew that I had an obligation to save that with my grandmother. Now I sat her down and I put a camera in front of her and began rattling off a million questions. I know that one day I will be able to tell my great-grandchildren, perhaps, about my grandfather, and I'll tell them wonderful stories. But when I tell them about my grandmother, I don't have to say a thing, and she'll tell her story.
There are stories about the lives and accomplishments of famous people all around us in documentaries, biographies, and interviews. Yet countless of other stories just as compelling and important are never told. They are forgotten and erased from history. In 1995, the Association of Personal Historians was formed. Its vision was for a world where the stories of every person, family, community, and organization could live on by recording and preserving them. Today, APH has more than 650 members worldwide.
I can't say enough about the Association of Personal Historians and how it's helped me. It is the camaraderie, the sharing of how to do personal histories, how to make it as a business.
As a member of the Association of Personal Historians, it has completely revolutionized the way I go about recording people's history. I've been able to access the online assistance and the online documentation. I went from being a novice in just one individual with a passion to realizing there's a community of people who've dedicated their lives as I have now.
For the past 25 years, my passion and commitment has been to ensure that the unique memories of family elders are captured and preserved. I'm a member of the Association of Personal Historians, which is a fabulous resource for finding someone to help your family save their precious stories.
Anyone can document their personal history, but having the support, guidance, and skill set from an expert makes the task more manageable and enjoyable.
APH supports its members through educational, networking, and marketing opportunities. Their most anticipated event is an annual meeting and conference for the professional development of personal historians.
As a personal historian, I offer several different ways for them to document their history. All of this is gold, precious to the people that they will eventually leave behind.
I am so grateful I had a personal historian record my dad's 97th birthday, especially since it was his last. It was a magical evening where family and friends shared stories of our history on video. Even Dad revealed the fun memories from his childhood growing up on the bayou in the Cajun country of Louisiana. Dad joined the conga line to his and my mom's favorite songs to live mariachi music. I will always cherish this video and remember the night when close to 100 guests joined in our celebration. It is a priceless and precious family heirloom that we continue to enjoy and relive.
The suggestion from a friend led Sandra and her children to discover and save the details of their fascinating family history.
And I encouraged my then 15-year-old son to access this valuable resource that he had, which was his grandparents. So we sat down, we wrote questions, and we headed over to visit Grandma and Grandpa and do interviews. And he discovered some wonderful things about his grandparents that he didn't know, such as one set of grandparents were survivors from the Holocaust, and they had amazing stories to tell as to how they came together and they arrived here in the United States. And the other set of grandparents, my parents, immigrated from South America with very little in their pockets and made a wonderful life here for all their children. A few years later, 3 of those grandparents are now gone, but my son still has that piece of history to hold on to, and it's part of his future that he can access as he grows into a young man.
The ability to record someone is not something we take lightly. And to do something like that for a loved one as soon as possible is the greatest gift you can give, not them, but yourself.
If this is not done, those stories and the wonderful mosaic of people's lives will be lost forever, but most importantly, it'll be lost to their future generations.